We're here at Punch London Boxing Gym here in Mill Hill. We're here with Don Charles, famous boxing trainer, or just happens to be a lifelong Spurs fan. How are you doing, Don? Welcome to the channel.
My pleasure. It's well overdue, this.
Yeah, completely. So how long have you been supporting Spurs for?
Basically, I came to England in 1974, and I was 16 years old, and ever since then I've been a Spurs fan. I started watching on because when you had at home black and white television, so
really?
I've been it wasn't in colour, and I never knew because I never went to the games. I was very young. I never knew that our colours was actually dark navy, and I used to think it was black shorts. I swear to God, yeah. Then later on in life, obviously, it transpires that when I started going to the games, I realised it was dark navy and white.
So why did you choose Spurs when you came to England?
Because I loved the football. In Africa, our first love is boxing. Every child kicks ball about in the streets, and the team that played the most attractive football when I came to England happens to be Tottenham, and automatically I fell in love with the way they played football, and I've been a lifelong supporter.
So when you were growing up, well, not growing, when you started supporting Spurs, who stood out for you? Who was your hero?
Mr. Hoddle, obviously. Yeah, Mr. Hoddle was exceptional back then, and Jimmy Greaves. You remember the Oh, I don't remember. Jimmy Greaves, and no, listen, we've had some legends come through that team over the years, and we've been there. We've been very consistent. Obviously, back then we were winning a lot of things. We're long overdue, obviously, a trophy, and it will come. I'm sure this special manager we have at the moment, and this special group of players we have at the moment, it's inevitable. It's only a matter of time before we start winning some silverware.
Yeah, looking at the current team, so what do you make of it? Obviously, you've been supporting Spurs for a while, so where do you think it ranks in terms of how good this team is?
My goodness, as far as I can remember, in terms of in every department, every position, we're strong in every position. It's a very well-balanced team. That's what... when I compare it to the teams of, let's say, for the last 15 years, for instance, I won't go too far back. Yeah. Let's take it in the last 15 years. Yeah, it's probably the most balanced team that I've witnessed, in the sense from the goalkeeper to the defense to the midfield to the strikers. We've never had it this balanced. And if you look at all the teams that have done well in the last 15 years, what they've all had in common is that they've had that a very balanced team. And the youth, we have the youth, and like I said, it's only a matter of time before we start to bring in some silverware.
Do you remember the first game you ever went to when you saw Spurs?
Yes, it would have been Tottenham against West Ham. We won.
You won?
Yes.
What year? Do you remember what year?
It would be 1979. Yeah, at White Hart Lane. Yeah.
Beating West Ham's always a good result.
Always. And my school friends were like West Ham fans, because I actually went to school in West Ham. I went to school in Upton Park. Okay. Yeah, my school was based in Upton Park in East London. I was living in Forest Gate. My parents, when we first came to England, we settled in Forest Gate. So consequently, and I went to school in a place called Plastow, which is the end of town. And my school was like a 10-minute walk to West Ham. So all my school colleagues, they were all like West Ham supporters. I was the only Tottenham supporter. I was always getting sick.
So you go to Spurs pretty frequently. What would you say was your favourite game or the most memorable game you've ever been to?
When Paul Gascoigne scored that one goal against Arsenal. Yes, I witnessed that, and it was just a magical moment. Also, when Danny Rose scored, I think it was a 30-yard or 35-yard volley against Arsenal at White Hart Lane. Those are two. There's been loads of memorable moments. David Ginola, when he does his dribbles in the box. And there's been many, okay, but those two in particular stands out for me. The Gascoigne goal and the Danny Rose of recent. And I think that probably was about 4 seasons ago when Danny Rose scored the left footer outside 35-yard and screamer right top corner.
Yeah, against Arsenal, right?
Yes,
yeah, that was a fantastic goal. It was there against Arsenal, and I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'll double check. I'm pretty sure. Well, you train Derek Chizora, right? And he's a well-documented Man United fan. Have you been trying to chip away at him while you've been training him? Maybe conversions in the offing?
No, Derek is stubborn. He's stubborn by nature. Listen, it's a laugh. We're not the type of. There's two types of supporters. I'm a genuine Tottenham fan. I've always have been. Win, lose, draw. I'm a Tottenham fan. Tottenham runs through my veins, my man. And Derek is a modern day supporter. Okay.
Right.
He's a modern day supporter. Yeah, I don't need to elaborate.
Like most Man United fans. Right?
Exactly. He's a modern day supporter. So therefore, I rest my case.
Fair enough. You've probably seen, I think it was a few months ago, Rio Ferdinand. He's come out as he wants to try his hand in boxing after football. If you were to pick any Spurs player of the current squad who you reckon would have any chance of becoming a boxer, who would you choose?
Good question. I have to go for Harry Kane.
Harry Kane?
Yeah, his determination to win. Yeah, there's a few Tottenham players. Yeah. This current team, I could would make good boxers, but Harry has the discipline. It has definitely the dedication, but the discipline, the temperament. And it's all boxing. A lot of sports is to do with the psychological, mental side of it. Harry Kane is a very, again, I said earlier on about we have a very balanced squad. You have a very balanced individual in Harry Kane. Yeah, very balanced, physically, mentally balanced.
If Sol Campbell decided to try his hand at boxing and asked you to be his trainer, what would be your response?
I wouldn't do it because he committed cardinal sin. You know why that is, don't you? You don't do what he did. You don't do that. There's do's and don'ts in life, and you don't that. Well, what's the reason for? Is it for money? I'd like to actually sit down one day and say, there's certain, because what he meant to Tottenham, the type of players come and go, but you have your icons. Every team has iconic players, and I would like to say, once upon a time, he was an iconic, significant Tottenham player, captain. Yeah, you don't go to the opposition. Yeah, so therefore, no, I don't think that would happen. That meeting.
You hear that, Sol? You got no chance. You got no chance.
Yeah, and if you've got any complaints about, come and see me.
All right, so we've been thinking about some matchups in the current squad. If they were to have a boxing match, I was wondering who you reckon would come out on top. So let's start off with a big one. If Jan Vertonghen was facing Toby Alderweireld.
Ooh. It'd be a good fight.
Good fight?
Yeah, Vertonghen. I go for Vertonghen. Yeah.
Any particular reason?
You're looking at, again, builds, again, that will to win.
Vertonghen has it over Toby?
I would say so. I'm sorry, Toby.
How about Harry Kane versus Moussa Dembele?
Harry all day long.
All day long. Dembele's a beast.
Yeah, he's a beast on the field. Again, remember what I said? I keep going on about temperaments. Yeah? Yeah. What Harry has is very, very special. You know? Watch him. And during games where he may be busy, and he's a striker who he thinks he plays for the team. Yeah? Even on a day where he's not having, let's say, scoring goals. Yeah, he still affects the team in some way. Yeah, of his work ethic. Yeah, so yeah.
That's a good value in a boxer, is it?
Oh my goodness, yes.
And last one, Fernando Llorente against Moussa Sissoko.
Sissoko. Yeah.
It's very interesting, but Llorente's built he's quite a big guy.
It's not necessarily about size, you know. Again, he hustles a lot. Sissoko, he hustles. Yeah, I like that in him. He hustles when he hasn't got the ball. He hustles to try and retrieve the ball and break up plays and stuff. So as a boxer, when the knockout punch isn't there, you got to make it happen. You got to create the opportunity for it to happen.
So obviously, as you well know, we're going through a bit of a slump at the moment, our current team.
It depends on what you mean by a slump, in the sense that, I don't look at it like that, because at the end of the day, we're accustomed to winning, and winning by lots of goals. Yeah, that's really nice, I'm glad that this is happening at the moment, because it gives you opportunity to improve. Yeah? Okay? Remember, we're in the Champions League. All right? So, we've qualified with flying colours. Yeah. Okay? Right. That's kind of, in a way, affected our league form. Yeah? Right. Now, we have to, the type of manager we've got, he's the type of manager we'll look at that and say, right, why is this affecting us? Yeah? It's not that bad. Yeah? It's not that bad. And I think we're earlier enough in the season to fix it.
It's better happen now than at the end of the season.
Yeah. And remember, usually we taper off at the very end of the season where we're relying on those, and then we've, it's better to have this now. We've got enough time to rectify it, okay, and then come good, peak at the right time.
So what are your hopes for the season? Where do you reckon we'll end up?
In the league? And
the Champions League. What are your hopes?
This is not a defeatist attitude. I'm a very realistic person, yeah? Right. Do you remember, I have to mention other teams because there are other teams in the Premiership. Liverpool, the season they went and won the Champions League, do you remember what happened in the league? Yeah. They weren't having a very good season in what they were expecting to do in the league, but they went on that particular season to win the European Champions. Who's to say that can't happen to us? The fact that we beat Real Madrid, yeah, okay, and the fashion we beat them in, it wouldn't surprise me if we were to go on to win the Champions League. People might say, oh, people are entitled to say whatever it's opinions, yeah? We have the squad. We have the players. Do we have depth in the squad to carry that out? Maybe not. Maybe we need to buy in some positions. We need to double up. In some cases, triple up. If you're going to be in the Champions League as well as maintain your form in the actual league, yeah, the Premiership, we need to strengthen in certain positions. That's my recommendation.
So do you reckon if we do well in the Champions League, we won't finish top four? Is that your assessment? Or do you reckon we can still get top four and do well in the Champions League?
We can. With the squad we have, provided we strengthen in January, provided we strengthen in certain areas, because we are up there now with everybody, we are. But we're not up there in depth in the sense that you take your Chelseas, your Cities, Man United up to a certain degree, they have, in every position, they have three deep. I call it three deep in every position. Therefore, if a player is out, if the number one is out, number two is equally as good as number one, and number three is equally as good as number two, if you know what I mean. So we need to, that is the only thing missing from us right now. If we can do that, obviously it's all about money, if we can do that within the budget that we have, then yes, I see us in the next, it's not just about this season, in the coming seasons.
Are you going to be at the game on Saturday against Stoke?
No, I'm got a fight commitment. Otherwise, yes.
Paul, so what's your prediction for the game, though? I think.
I'm a winner. We're a winner. The fact winning is a habit. We've got the habit of winning. We drew last weekend. We won midweek, and in the Champions League, we're due a win on Saturday, and I believe we'll probably win 3-1.
Well, thank you very much, Don, for coming on the channel. Absolute pleasure having you on.
My pleasure. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and so do come again when we've won the league and the Champions League.
We're sure to have you on, Don. Absolute pleasure. Check out Boxer London Boxing Gym in the description below. It's a boxing gym in Mill Hill, and it's Don's boxing gym, so check it out. Cheers.